Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about the top 10 golf courses in Iowa. Before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. The Hawkeye is a fictional character. The state of Iowa is located in the Midwest of the United States, and its capital and largest city is Des Moines. The Mississippi River constitutes Iowa's eastern border with Wisconsin and Illinois, and the Missouri River forms the western flank's boundary with Nebraska. With Missouri to the south, Iowa was the 29th state admitted to the Union in 1846, and it has never looked back since, barring the occasional Civil War, Depression, and World War. Here are Iowa's top 10 golf courses. Number 10, Tournament Club of Iowa, Polk City. The Tournament Club of Iowa's course, which is located between Saylorville Lake and Big Creek State Park, is an Arnold Palmer design that features water on more than half of the holes. Eric Larson, vice president of Palmer Course Design Company, was the project architect for Tradition Golf and Knapp Properties, with Enneback Construction constructing the course and moving an estimated 500,000 cubic yards of dirt. The property covers around 500 acres and is divided into 3 interconnected valleys below the Big Creek Dam, with the flowing waters of Big Creek and a few substantial man-made lakes also incorporated into the design. Number 9, Blue Top Ridge at Riverside. Rhys Jones designed the Blue Top Ridge course at the Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, which opened in 2009. The fairways are routed around man-made lakes and the holes are laid out on the floodplain of the meandering Iowa River. The front 9 starts in a prairie before dropping down to a river plain at the 4th, with the back 9 climbing high above the hotel. It's been described as golf's answer to Field of Dreams, a sporting oasis in the middle of a Iowa cornfield where holes are laid out across 3 different landforms. The front 9 starts in a prairie before dropping down to a river plain at the 4th, with the back 9 climbing high above the hotel. The par 5 7th, rated stroke index 1, is a standout hole that doglegs right across water to the green. At 615 yards, this is a long hole, but it's overshadowed on the back 9 by the state's longest hole, the 665-yard 16th, which drops down to a valley before climbing over a creek to an elevated green. Number 8, Spirit Hollow Golf Course, Burlington. Spirit Hollow Golf Course is located on a 400-acre tract in the Mississippi River Valley that was once utilized as a cattle ranch. Just 10 minutes southwest of downtown Burlington and adjacent to the Southeast Iowa Regional Airport, owner Randy Weingard had a vision for the golf facility when he bought it in 1991, but it took architect Rick Jacobson's expertise to turn that vision into reality. The course is divided into 2 circuits, with the front 9 winding around a residential development and the back 9 winding through a rugged landscape of rocky outcroppings, mature oak trees, and flowing streams. The fairways are divided into 2 nines, with demanding par 4s identified as the most difficult holes on each circuit. The 445-yard 6th, stroke index 1, green is pond protected to the front of the putting surface, while the 480-yard 13th, stroke index 2, doglegs right to a green that slopes away from the clubhouse. Number 7, Glen Oaks Country Club, West Des Moines. The course at Glen Oaks Country Club is a Tom Fazio design that is set within a residential area to the west of Des Moines and hosted the Principal Charity Classic on the PGA Tour Champions Circuit from 2006 to 2012. The club recently opted to undertake a large refurbishment project. With the help of former Fazio senior designer Dennis Wise, who worked for Tom Fazio from 1985 to 2012. Work began in 2016, and it took till the following year to complete everything. New cart routes were installed, all bunkers were upgraded, and trees were cleared in a procedure dubbed optimizing the tree count by the club. In addition, Hole 4 was completely reshaped, and a stone bridge was built on the 18th to increase its visual impact as an iconic finisher. Number 6, Des Moines Golf and Country Club, North, West Des Moines. The Des Moines Golf and Country Club was founded in 1897, and Warren Dickinson, one of the founding members, designed the 9-hole course. The club received a 20-year lease on land to the north of its former premises a few years later, and Tom Bendelow was hired to design the new layout. When this lease came to an end, the club relocated to the 147-acre Ashworth Estate on Des Moines West Side. Unfortunately, the club's eventual migration to Dallas County where two 18-hole layouts were created, was forced by the impending construction of an interstate highway in the mid-1960s. According to Daniel Wexler, editor of the American Private Golf Club Guide, the somewhat longer North Course, a demanding layout that could easily have its par drop 2 shots for major competition, is the current facility's highlight, but only just. Though it lacks the die aesthetic, it does have several good holes, especially early in the back 9. Number 5. Wakonda Club, Des Moines. The Wakonda Club's course, located less than a mile north of Des Moines International Airport, was designed by William Langford in 1922 on a rather limited plot of property. It has been lengthened to slightly about 7,000 yards, and is now a par 72 course. In 1947, the club hosted the Western Amateur, and in 1963, the U.S. Amateur. Since 2013, the Principal Charity Classic, a PGA Tour Champions event hosted annually, has been held here. The event benefits LOA children's organizations, raising about $4.5 million in 2018. The dean of LOA's Golden Age courses sits on a rolling property well suited to William Langford's famously deep bunkering and elevated, heavily contoured greens, and it relies on the uneven landscape for a good portion of its difficulty, writes author Daniel Wexler in the American Private Golf Club Guide. Number 4. Des Moines Golf and Country Club, South, West Des Moines. Warren Dickinson, one of the club's first founding members, laid out the club's original 9-hole course in 1897. The club relocated just 6 years later, near to the Waveland Municipal Golf Course, with Tom Bendelow constructing the course. The club relocated again in 1923, this time to the 147-acre Ashworth Estate west of Des Moines. The club learned of intentions to build an interstate highway through the course in the early 1960s, so land in Dallas County was purchased to facilitate the building of 2 new 18-hole layouts. Pete Dye created both courses, with the former being the more challenging of the two. The North opened in 1968, followed by the South a year later. Since then, the club has hosted the U.S. Senior Open in 1999 and the Solheim Cup in 2017, with the latter event being held on a composite course, 9 holes from each course, which Pete Dye and Tim Liddy reconstructed in 2014 in preparation for the 2017 Solheim Cup. Number 3. Cedar Rapids Country Club. Cedar Rapids Country Club, which was founded in 1904, commissioned the famed architect Tom Bendelow, who is estimated to have constructed over 600 courses in his 35-year career, to design a 9-hole course for its members. The old layout didn't last long, as Donald Ross was hired in 1914 to make the most of the club's 170-acre land by expanding the course to 18 holes. Cedar Rapids would turn out to be Ross's lone course in the state of Louisiana. In his new 18-hole design, Ross preserved the Bendelow 1st and 9th holes, with the previous 9th becoming the 18th in the Ross routing. He rerouted and lengthened the 2nd while also constructing a new dogleg 3rd and converting Bendelow's green on hole 2 to the new 3rd green. Number 2. Davenport Country Club. Pleasant Valley. The nearly century-old course at Davenport was designed by Hugh Allison, while he was running the Colt and Allison design office out of Detroit in the early 1920s. It has remained largely intact, with the exception of a remodel by Bob Lohman in 2000, when he created a new first hole and realigned the 9th, moving the green close to Conduit Creek. Dean Sparks, director of agronomy, led the work, which included redoing greens and tees, regrassing fairways, and rebuilding bunkers, lowering the number of sand traps from 49 to 37 by utilizing 700 tons of greens mix, 600 tons of sand, and 2,000 tons of pea gravel. The jagged-edged bunkers aren't quite like the ones at Davenport, but they're perfect for the setting. The 423-yard 16th hole is the flagship course, a superb par 4 played from a fantastic elevated tee position with the Spencer Creek waters threatening the tee ball. It was here that Sam Snead memorably came to grief during the final round of the 1951 Western Open, which Sports Illustrated magazine dubbed an All-American golf hole. Number 1. The Harvester Golf Course, Rhodes. The Harvester Golf Club first opened its doors in 2000, and it is considered by many to be architect Keith Foster's best original design. Foster has achieved his goal and delivered on his architectural philosophy of creating timeless and enduring work in Loa, which is located 25 miles northeast of Des Moines. We understand that the Harvester is young in comparison to some of the world's most recognized courses. Says owner Dixon Jensen. Creating timeless and enduring work. The Harvester course was designed by Keith Foster, who is best known for his restoration and renovation work at Southern Hills in Oklahoma, Colonial in Texas, and Baltimore in Maryland. Thanks to a close working relationship between the architect and owner Dixon Jensen, the Harvester course was completed on time and on budget. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.